Namaskar Mitro, today in this video I'm going to show you how I built this GPS speedometer and I will also show you the testing at the end of this video. So this is the RYS352A GPS module and these are the basic specifications of this module. Before connecting it to any microcontroller, let's first connect it to the PC and see if it works. So first I connect it to the USB to UART converter as shown in the image. Then I connected the module to my laptop. After downloading and installing their visual GPS viewer software, I opened it. Then I selected the port and baud rate and clicked OK. The GPS module takes around 10 to 15 seconds to connect with the satellite. As soon as the green LED started blinking, the software started showing the GPS data. Alright guys, the GPS is working fine. Now let's build the GPS speedometer. To build the GPS speedometer, we need these components. I want to make the GPS as small as possible, so these three components can be replaced by this single module, the DF robot Beetle ESP32 C3. Now let's fix all the components on the breadboard and connect them using jumper wires. As I have no prior experience working with GPS, so I decided to search for the code on the internet and I found a code on GitHub. But it was originally written for ESP32. Therefore, I made some modifications to the code to ensure compatibility with ESP32C3 and uploaded it to the board. After some unsuccessful attempts, the code worked fine. As I already told you guys, I want to make this project as small as possible. For that reason, I'm going to use JLC PCB for this project. I started this project by designing the circuit in EasyEDA, converting it into a PCB layout and exporting the Gerber files. Then I uploaded them to jlcpcb.com to order the boards. Big thanks to JLC PCB for sponsoring this video. JLC PCB is one of the most reliable and affordable PCB manufacturers out there. They offer everything from standard and multi-layer PCBs to advanced 6-layer PCBs, flex PCBs, PCB assembly and SMT stencils. Using 6 layers really helps in complex designs. It gives more routing freedom, cleaner signal paths and saves a lot of time. Ordering is very simple, just upload your Gerber files, select your PCB specifications and place your order in a minute. The interface is beginner friendly and gives you instant pricing. After a few days, my PCBs arrived and as always, the quality was excellent. Right now, JLC PCB is offering a limited time deal. You can get 6-layer PCBs for just $2 and a $33 coupon using the link in the description. Alright guys, the PCB assembly has been finished. Now let's 3D print the enclosure that I designed in Fusion 360. The 3D prints turned out great. I also created a drawing to cut the clear acrylic sheet. Now let's paste the paper on the acrylic sheet and cut it with the hand saw. Before we continue, a big shout out to LTM for sponsoring today's video. LTM is known for supporting some of the world's most advanced electronics design workflows, helping engineers collaborate better, manage designs efficiently, and build with confidence. And if you are a student or just getting started, LTM has something truly valuable for you, LTM Student Lab. It gives you free access to industry-level learning and a structured PCB program that takes you from basics to the real-world design, including layout, manufacturing awareness, and supply chain fundamentals. You will work on practical projects, grow your portfolio, and even earn a certificate that helps you open doors for your future career. So if you are serious about the electronics, check the link in the description and join the LTM Student Lab today. Now let's get back to the build. After turning on the GPS speedometer, it takes around 10 seconds to show the GPS data, and this thing is indicated by a green LED in the GPS module. This speedometer displays the number of satellites, distance, altitude and speed. You can reset the maximum speed and altitude by long pressing the menu button. I tested this GPS speedometer in my car and used the car speedometer for reference. It shows the accurate value when the speed is constant, but it has an error of around plus minus 2 to 3 km per hour when the car is accelerating or deaccelerating. I think this is happening because of low refresh rate, but overall I am satisfied with this GPS speedometer and I am going to use it for my upcoming car projects. So stay tuned for that and subscribe to our channel. That is it for today guys. I'll see you in the next one.